Hey folks, Bobani here. Beautiful morning, finally. After getting about a week of wet and dry weather, a little bit of snow, and a little bit of sunshine. You just never know what you get in the spring in this area. By the way, I'm from Gatineau, Quebec. And today, well, I'm gonna go around. As you can see, I'm pretty fortunate to live in this area. Even though it's very much in the city, I've got about a 5-minute walk, and the next thing you know, I'm around these lovely areas, which I think you may be able to, as you can see, there's a ton of birds up there. I think they're waxwings. Yeah, they're waxwings. And so I'm gonna walk around and finish off this day shooting with the 40-150, but over the last week, I've also been using what I consider my least favorite lens, which is the Olympus 12-40 f2.8. Now, don't get me wrong. It's a very good lens. It's a sharp lens. It's a weatherproof lens. It's got a useful range, but for some reason, that particular focal range, and that's in any camera body that I use, whether it be Olympus or Nikon or OM, it just doesn't inspire me to shoot. But I already pushed myself this week to try to use it, most likely for street photography. And so I'll show you some of my day. The other day, I was getting pretty close to a real huge amount of waxwings in a tree. Close enough that this 40-150 will allow me to get to. And just as I started shooting, and I got only a picture of one, a Cooper's hawk came flying right by my face from behind and just swooped in, and I don't know whether he got one or not, but literally within a flash, as quick as you could turn on the light, they disappeared. Now this is a spot that along my way I always check out. At this point right now, the water's quite high, but during certain times of year, it's used by the cormorants and the egrets, we're hopefully going to get later. They often use this to come and pick up bush and branches to build their nests. As you can see, I'm 5'10.5", and if I were to sit all the way back, which I won't because it's wet right now, but this is quite high off the ground. That's because the water line comes right up here, and I'm assuming it's just to make sure that it doesn't affect the integrity of the foundation that keeps this bench up here. I'm debating as to whether I should wait it out. This is two cormorants that I see coming out of nowhere and flying out of the water with branches in their mouth, which I think would be a pretty cool shot if I can get it. But the thing is, I just don't seem to capture them in time, so I'm gonna keep trying for a little while. You know, the question I always ask myself when I do these little walkabouts is, do I walk around a whole bunch of areas and hopefully find something as I get there, or do I just sit patiently and wait for something to come to me? I'm sure that's a question everybody asks themselves when they're doing wildlife shooting. So what I'm about to show you are the Deschênes Rapids and what they call Conroy Island. Huge area for cormorants, egrets, and some herons to set up their nests and get ready for the warmer Canadian summer. And considering how dangerous this area is, as you can see, one wrong step and you're in the water, and then you're off to, well, trouble. You don't want to get caught falling into this water because I've seen objects go in, things like branches and floating ice. It literally gets swept up in the current, goes straight to the bottom, and gets smacked. The thing about this spot is if you look around, it's a very long island, but very narrow. And as you can see, the cormorants tend to be semicircular in their patterns. And the reason they do that is because it depends on the wind. And so there's a lot of different little spots you could sit and shoot, as you can see. But today this seems to be the optimal shot because they're using the wind to gain some momentum, and then they're actually flying towards me, which makes it a lot easier for me since I'm just shooting with a 40 to 150. No teleconverter, by the way. The thing is, the disadvantage to this one spot is you've got a wall on one side and you have branches on the other. So that doesn't leave for a big space to anticipate when they're going to fly by, because they're bloody fast. Well, that's it for me, my friends. Let me know if you like this type of walkabout videos. I know there's not a lot of you, I get it. You know, I just recently retired from my regular office job, so all I do now are weddings in the summer and fall. And during my downtime, I like to do some wildlife stuff. And so I'm hoping that YouTube opens up my comments page. For some reason, I'm having them turned off, and it's not my doing, it's just doing that. It's not like I'm doing anything weird or, you know, offensive, but anyways, maybe I'll be able to tell by the likes I get on the video and show you a little bit more about the city of Gatineau, the city of Ottawa, and surrounding areas. Thanks for watching.